God says, my beloved child, hear me now with an open heart, because this message is not ordinary, this is not casual, this is not something you can treat lightly. Archangel Michael has stepped forward with a voice that shakes the heavens, and he is speaking directly into your spirit at this very moment. He says only 2 minutes remain for you to recognize the truth about the house you are living in. Every wall, every corner, every silent shadow within your home has been carrying a secret, and the time has come for exposure. Heaven is not delaying. Heaven is not quiet anymore. A woman who thought she could cover her actions, a woman who thought she could hide in shadows, is about to be exposed right before your very eyes. Stay with me until the very end, because if you skip, you will miss the very sign God Himself prepared for you. In the stillness of your nights, haven't you felt that your house sometimes carries a weight? Haven't you noticed that even in moments of silence, there is a stirring, a pull, as if heaven itself has been trying to whisper to you? This is not imagination, this is revelation. Archangel Michael has been circling your name, surrounding your roof, walking through your doorways with a sword of fire, because your household is under divine watch. And now he declares, very soon, the truth will no longer be hidden. This woman, her mask, her motives, her secret ways, all are being peeled back by the hand of God. You will see what you were never supposed to miss. Beloved, stay here, don't move, because the truth is unfolding as you listen. This is why you have been feeling restless. This is why peace sometimes slips out of your fingers even when everything looks normal on the outside. Heaven wants you to know that the atmosphere of your home has been watched. But the Lord is saying, I am sending my archangel to cleanse, to purify, to expose, to restore. Nothing unclean will remain hidden. That woman, whose intentions were wrapped in pretended care, will be unveiled. Her lips will betray her, her own words will expose her. You will watch heaven's justice happen not outside, not far away, but inside the very house you live in. Stay with me till the very last word, because what's about to be revealed is for your safety, your freedom, and your destiny. Archangel Michael stands with his sword burning, his wings covering your home like a shield. He says, my child, fear not, but listen. The woman who smiled but carried deception, the woman who pretended but had hidden dealings, she cannot survive the light that is entering your home. God has signed her exposure. Every secret is collapsing. Every lie is being destroyed. Hear me, this is why you cannot skip, because these words are the line between confusion and clarity, between doubt and destiny. Heaven is watching your response. Remain here, watch, and open your spirit, because your life will never be the same after this. And when the unveiling happens, when her truth comes out, do not be shocked. Instead, lift your eyes, because God is restoring peace in your house. He is restoring the laughter that was stolen. He is giving you authority to walk into every room with confidence, knowing that the atmosphere has shifted. A woman is about to be exposed, yes, but what follows is freedom for you, restoration for you, blessing for you. Don't move away, don't scroll, don't miss the last line, because Archangel Michael says your miracle is entering the doorway of your home right after this exposure. God says, my beloved child, lean in closer now, because what I am about to reveal will shake you in the deepest part of your heart. Heaven has not stayed silent, the voice of Archangel Michael is still echoing, and the message is not finished. The house you are living in is under the gaze of heaven, and the story that began in whispers is about to roar like thunder. Stay here until the very last word. Do not move away, because this moment is not random. It has been written with your name upon it. Archangel Michael says, "Child, I have been circling your dwelling with fire. I have been guarding your doors, your windows, and even the corners you never notice." Why? Because a woman thought she could walk through unseen, thought she could plant something hidden, thought her mask would protect her. But God's light is stronger than her shadow. The hour has come where her truth will rise up against her, and her own steps will expose her. Hear me carefully. This is why you cannot skip, because heaven's confirmation is falling in your lap even as you listen. Do you remember those sudden feelings, when you stood inside your own home and felt something was off, yet couldn't explain it? That was your spirit catching the signals of heaven. God allowed you to sense the difference because He never wanted you to remain blind. The reason Michael is shouting now is because the silence is over. What you only felt will now be visible. What you only wondered will now be confirmed. Stay till the end, because as this story unfolds, your own spirit will say, "Yes, this is exactly what I felt all along." But listen, beloved, this exposure is not to harm you, it is to free you. God does not uncover truth to embarrass His children. He uncovers it to protect, to heal, and to restore. The woman whose steps carried deception will no longer be able to hide. Her lips will reveal what her heart tried to conceal. Her movements will trip her in the very space she thought she was secure. And when that happens, your house will breathe again. Walls that held silence will echo with freedom, windows that felt heavy will shine with light, and even your nights will carry a peace you have been longing for. Don't look away, because this is your confirmation that heaven's order is being restored inside your home. Archangel Michael says, "Do not fear her exposure, for I am standing in your house. My sword is drawn not to destroy you, but to cut away what is false. I have been commanded by God Himself to guard what belongs to you." You may have been worried, you may have been restless, but you were never alone. Your tears were counted, your questions were heard, your nights were watched. Now, everything hidden will be displayed in the open light, and you will see the difference between shadow and truth. Stay here, my child, don't scroll, don't move, because what follows is too powerful to miss. After the exposure comes restoration. After the unveiling comes freedom. After the mask is removed, the blessing you were waiting for will enter without resistance. God does not leave a house empty. He cleanses it and then fills it with His glory. This is why Archangel Michael begs you not to skip this moment. This is why heaven is pressing on your heart to stay till the end. Because the very shift you prayed for, the very peace you asked for, is being released the moment the exposure happens. And you will look back at this day, you will remember these words, and you will say, "Truly, heaven warned me. Truly, Archangel Michael was speaking. Truly, my God cared enough to open my eyes." This is the testimony that will rise out of your house, and no one will be able to deny it. My child, remain till the last line, because your story is turning even as you hold on. God says, "My beloved child, let your spirit remain still for a moment, because what I am about to release is not ordinary. it is fire straight from the throne of God. You must not scroll, you must not move away, because part 3 is carrying the fullness of what Archangel Michael has been trying to tell you. Every sentence is a key, every word is a door, and if you remain till the end, you will feel chains breaking off your life inside the very house you are living in. Archangel Michael says, the house that shelters you has been carrying both light and shadow. But heaven has now drawn a line. The woman who thought she could hide behind masks, who smiled while planning in secret, is being dragged into the open by the command of God. The exposure is not tomorrow, it is now. Very soon, her actions will betray her and the truth will speak louder than her voice. Child, do you feel that stirring in your heart? That is heaven confirming that these words are for you. Stay here, stay connected, because what is about to break open will leave no doubt. You have wondered why your spirit felt restless at night, why certain corners of your home seemed heavy, why moments of silence felt louder than words. Beloved, it was not in your mind, it was your discernment. Heaven was alerting you all along. And now Michael stands in your living space declaring, I have come with fire to clear the atmosphere. Every shadow that pretended to belong here will be driven out. The woman who carried deception will no longer have a hiding place. My child, remain with me until the end, because this exposure is not about fear, it is about freedom. When the veil lifts, do not tremble, for God does not reveal to shame you, He reveals to restore you. The moment truth stands tall, peace will re-enter your walls. Doors that felt shut will swing open. The atmosphere that felt tense will become soft with laughter again. You will breathe easier, you will sleep deeper, and you will finally feel at home in the place that belongs to you. And heaven says, this will not be delayed any longer. Archangel Michael says, even as you listen, I am walking through your house with wings of light. I am touching every room, every corner, every doorway. Nothing unclean will remain hidden. The woman who thought she could linger in shadows is about to be seen for who she truly is. And once that happens, you will know this moment was not coincidence, but heaven's plan. Beloved child, don't scroll away, because what God is setting up for you will change your story forever. And hear this, after the exposure, comes the blessing. After the unveiling, comes the restoration. What looked like confusion will become clarity. What felt heavy will turn into peace. And the very place where you felt tension will now be the place where you encounter joy. God is not only protecting your house, He is preparing it to hold the miracles you have been praying for. Do not move away, do not miss this, because the promise is not far, it is standing at your door. Stay till the very last word, because the testimony you will soon carry will silence your doubts and prove that heaven never left you alone. You will say, truly, Archangel Michael guarded me. Truly, God warned me. Truly, I was chosen to see this day. God says, my beloved child, pause right here and let your spirit listen, because part 4 is carrying the thunder of heaven directly to you. Do not scroll, do not move away, because this is the moment Archangel Michael has been preparing you for. From the beginning of this message until now, every word has been building like a river, and in this part the flood of truth is about to burst open. Stay until the end, because if you leave midway, you will miss the very miracle designed to shift your home, your peace, and your destiny. Archangel Michael says, "Child, I have walked through your house night after night. I have stood at your doorway when you were unaware. I have seen the atmosphere heavy with silence, and I have felt the hidden motives of those who entered. But now heaven declares, no more pretending, no more masks, no more lies. A woman who thought she could weave her story in secret is about to be revealed. And when she is exposed, the weight on your shoulders will lift instantly. Hear me, my child, this is why you cannot skip even a second, because your confirmation is unfolding line by line. Look back for a moment. Remember those times when laughter was stolen without explanation? Remember when you sat in your own home and wondered why the air felt uneasy? You were not imagining. That was your spirit wrestling with the unseen. And now, heaven has decided to bring what was unseen into the light. The woman who thought she could walk unnoticed is standing at the edge of her own exposure. You will see it, you will hear it, and your soul will know that God Himself has moved in your favor. Beloved, listen carefully. When exposure comes, it does not come to break you, it comes to free you. God is not tearing your house apart, He is restoring it. He is not stripping you of peace, He is giving it back double. The walls that carried whispers will carry songs. The rooms that felt heavy will feel alive with joy. And you will say, "My God has remembered me." That is why Michael says, stay till the very last breath of this message, because heaven is releasing healing as you hear these words. Archangel Michael declares, even as you sit here, I am guarding you. Even as you listen, I am cutting away deception with the sword of truth. You are not abandoned, you are not overlooked. God has chosen this exact hour for your eyes to be opened. Do not let distraction pull you away, because the miracle is already walking through your doorway. Child, hold on, don't scroll, don't look away, because what is coming next is too precious to miss. And when it happens, when the mask of that woman falls, you will see how heaven was always ahead of her schemes. You will realize why your prayers felt delayed, because God was preparing a clean ground for your blessing. Once this exposure takes place, nothing will stand in the way of your breakthrough. Your house will no longer echo with confusion, but with clarity. No longer will your spirit feel restless, but rested. This is your moment of divine exchange, sorrow for joy, heaviness for peace, questions for answers. Stay here, my beloved, stay to the end. Because your testimony is being written even now. Soon you will tell the story and say, I stayed, I believed, I saw with my own eyes what heaven promised me. And that story will not just free you, it will inspire others to believe that God can turn their house into holy ground too. God says, my beloved child, do not look away, do not scroll, because part 5 is here and heaven's voice is pressing even stronger upon your spirit. From the very first word until the final breath of this message, you are being held by the hand of God, and Archangel Michael is standing right beside you with a fire so bright that no shadow can remain. This is not an ordinary moment. This is the exact time where revelation and confirmation collide. Stay with me until the very end, because this part carries a release that will mark your house forever. Archangel Michael says, child, the house you dwell in has been carrying both promise and pressure, but I have been assigned to turn the pressure into peace. I have seen the steps of the woman who thought she could weave herself into your story with hidden motives. She believed she could remain in disguise, but her time of exposure has already been stamped by the decree of heaven. Very soon her truth will come out, and you will stand as a witness to heaven's justice in your own home. This is why your spirit has been restless at times. This is why your heart has searched for answers you couldn't explain. You were sensing the battle that heaven was already fighting on your behalf. The shadows in your home were not stronger than you. They were simply waiting for God's appointed time to be revealed. And that time is now. Do not move, do not scroll away, because you are about to see how every tear you cried was collected, and every silent prayer you whispered has reached the throne of grace. Listen carefully. When heaven exposes, heaven also restores. God never uncovers without replacing what was stolen. The woman's deception may shake you for a moment, but what follows will be divine restoration. Your laughter will return. Your nights will be filled with rest. Your mornings will shine with clarity. And the very house that once carried weight will carry glory. Archangel Michael declares, I am cleansing your atmosphere. I am cutting off every hidden thread of deception. I am establishing your house as a place of light, peace, and blessing. Beloved child, remain till the last word, because this message is not just for information, it is for transformation. You are not hearing these words by chance. God is orchestrating your steps so you cannot miss the confirmation of what He is doing. When the woman is revealed, when her mask is torn, you will know beyond doubt that heaven has always been guarding you. And when that moment comes, your house will not only be safe, it will become the very place where miracles knock, blessings enter, and joy flows without interruption. Archangel Michael says, stay alert, but do not fear. Watch closely, but do not tremble. For the same God who exposes is the same God who heals, restores, and blesses. Your testimony will not be one of loss, but of breakthrough. Your story will not end in sorrow, but in victory. And this very house you are in will become a testimony that God still speaks, God still saves, and God still delivers His chosen ones. So, my child, do not scroll, do not turn away. Stay to the very end, because this message is the bridge between what was heavy and what is about to be light. You are standing in the turning point of your destiny, and heaven is saying, hold on, your miracle is already stepping into the room. God says, my beloved child, stay right here and let nothing pull you away, because part 6 carries the heaviest wave of revelation yet. From the very first word, heaven has been guiding you step by step, building a bridge of truth, and now Archangel Michael is declaring louder than ever, do not scroll, do not turn aside, because the shift inside your very house is reaching its climax. Listen carefully, this is not random. Every time you pressed play, every time you leaned in, you were aligning with heaven's timing. And now, Michael says, child, the unseen battle is ending, the hidden chapter is closing, and the exposure you have been waiting for is about to unfold in front of you. A woman who walked in silence, who pretended loyalty but carried deception, is standing on the edge of her own undoing. Heaven has signed her exposure, and nothing can stop it now. You must remain till the very end, because this message is more than words, it is a mirror of your spirit. Think back, beloved, to those nights when your heart was restless in your own home. Think of the times you felt peace slipping through your fingers without explanation. That was heaven signaling you that something was buried in shadows. But now, the light has come. Archangel Michael has been sweeping through your rooms, touching the walls, commanding every false presence to be revealed. And he says, what was hidden will no longer hide, what was masked will no longer deceive, and what was silent will soon speak loud enough for you to hear. But my child, do not let fear grip you, for this exposure is not your downfall, it is your freedom. God never reveals to shame his children, he reveals to restore them. The heaviness that clung to your house is being lifted. The air that felt tense will soon be filled with peace. The laughter that was stolen is being returned to you multiplied. And the same ground where you felt uneasy will soon be the place where your feet dance again. Stay with me, don't scroll, because this is your promise unfolding in real time. Archangel Michael declares, I have been commanded to protect you. I have stood guard with fire around your home. I have carried your tears to the throne of God. You were never abandoned, never overlooked. And now, your eyes will see what heaven has been doing all along. Imagine this, beloved, your house, once filled with shadows, becoming holy ground. Your rooms carrying the fragrance of peace. Your nights no longer restless, but wrapped in divine rest. This is what comes after exposure. The woman who pretended will be silenced, but you will be elevated. Her mask will fall, but your testimony will rise. Her deception will end, but your joy will begin. And heaven says, after this, nothing will block the blessings I am pouring into your life. Your house will not only be safe, it will overflow with miracles. So remain until the last line. Don't move, don't scroll, don't let distraction rob you of this moment. Because in this very message lies the confirmation you have been seeking, the assurance you have been longing for, and the shift you have been waiting for. Heaven is moving, Michael is standing, and your miracle is closer than ever before. My beloved child, keep your eyes fixed and your heart open, because part 7 has arrived, and this is where heaven presses the final seal of confirmation on everything that has been spoken to you. Do not scroll, do not move away, because every single word from now until the very last line has been designed for your spirit. Archangel Michael is speaking with fire, and his command is clear. Stay until the end, because your house is about to echo with freedom like never before. Listen closely. The house you are living in has been under watch, not by men, but by heaven itself. Michael says, I have walked your hallways, I have stood in your rooms, I have spread my wings over your doors. I know the shadows that tried to linger, and I know the truth of the woman who thought she could remain hidden. But hear me now, her time is finished. Her mask is cracking. Her story is unraveling. And very soon, her exposure will be undeniable. Child, think of the weight you have carried in silence. Think of the questions you buried deep in your heart, wondering why peace seemed to slip away even inside your own home. Those weren't just thoughts, they were signals from heaven. And now God says, I did not let you miss this. I brought you here, I made you listen, because the revelation is for you and you alone. Beloved, don't scroll, because this is your hour of clarity. And hear me, exposure is not punishment for you, it is rescue. When heaven uncovers, it does not leave you empty, it fills you with joy. The woman whose steps carried deception will not define your story. Her truth may shock, but your freedom will rejoice. Once her mask falls, your house will no longer carry confusion, but certainty. The very space where you felt unrest will become the ground where peace roots itself so deeply that nothing can shake it again. Archangel Michael declares, I have already struck my sword into the soil of your home. I have broken the unseen chains. I have cleared the shadows out. And now your house is becoming a place where heaven visits freely. You will feel the difference. You will see the light. And you will know that God Himself was fighting for you all along. This is why you cannot afford to skip this message. because if you leave early, you will miss the final word that confirms your miracle. Beloved child, after the exposure comes restoration. After the unveiling comes abundance. The laughter that left your house is returning multiplied. The joy that seemed stolen is pouring back like a river. The peace that felt far away is standing at your door, ready to stay. And you will testify, my house has changed. My story has turned. Heaven remembered me. So hold on until the very end, because what is being released over you right now is not just a message, it is a mantle, a covering, a shield. Your house is not just protected, it is blessed. Your life is not just guarded, it is favored. And the days ahead will prove that everything spoken in these parts was written with your name upon it. Stay with me, don't scroll, don't move, because your testimony is being written even now. My beloved child, Part 8 has come like a trumpet in the spirit, and you must not look away. Do not scroll, do not move, because from the first breath to the last line, this message will hold you in its grip. Archangel Michael is speaking with urgency, and his voice is not just echoing, it is thundering over your house right now. Stay until the end, because heaven has reserved these words for you and you alone. Archangel Michael says, child, I have not left your side. I have walked through your rooms, I have guarded your nights, I have stood at your doorways. I know the shadows that tried to linger, I know the lies that tried to hide. And now, the moment of exposure is at hand. The woman who thought her steps were unseen is already trembling under the light of heaven. She will be exposed, her mask will fall, and you will know the truth that was hidden in silence. Beloved, think of how many times you wondered why the air around you felt heavy. Think of the moments when joy slipped away too quickly, when peace seemed to vanish without reason. That was not your imagination, it was your spirit discerning what the natural eyes could not see. But now God has commanded the shift. And Michael says, I am cutting away the veil. I am pulling back the curtain. Nothing will remain in the dark. Your house is being cleansed by fire, and your heart will finally rest. Stay with me, don't move, because the most powerful part is still ahead. After exposure comes freedom. After the lie falls, the blessing enters. God never leaves his children surrounded by shadows, he turns their house into holy ground. Beloved, this is not about shame, this is about restoration. The woman's mask will be removed, but your peace will be restored. Her deception will be silenced, but your laughter will be renewed. And the very place where you felt restless will become the place you feel most alive. Archangel Michael declares, even as you hear this, my wings are stretched wide over your house. My sword is blazing through every corner. No shadow can resist me, no lie can hide from me. You are not forgotten, you are not abandoned. The God who sent me is making sure your home becomes a testimony of his glory. This is why you cannot skip this moment, because heaven is confirming in your ears what your heart already suspected. And listen to me now, my child, your house is not only being cleansed, it is being prepared. Prepared for joy. Prepared for abundance. Prepared for miracles. You will feel the difference in your sleep. You will notice the change in your mornings. You will sense the peace that will not leave you again. And when you look back, you will say, truly, heaven spoke to me. Truly, Michael warned me. Truly, God remembered me. So remain until the very last line. Do not scroll, do not let distraction steal this confirmation. Because part 8 is not just another message, it is the proof that heaven has surrounded you from the beginning and will not let you fall. God says, my beloved child, do not move, do not scroll, because part 9 is here and it carries the deepest revelation yet. From the very first second until the very last line, you are going to feel heaven's hand pulling you closer. Archangel Michael is speaking with the authority of fire, and his command is this: stay. Watch. Listen. Because your house is about to become the stage where God's justice and restoration collide. Listen carefully. Michael says, I have walked the ground you sleep on. I have stood at the windows where shadows tried to creep. I have guarded the doorway where false steps once entered. And now, child, the time of exposure has come. The woman who thought she could disguise herself will no longer hide. Every secret she carried is breaking open, and soon your eyes will see what heaven saw long ago. Beloved, you have felt the weight. You have questioned the silence. You have wondered why peace seemed temporary. That was not confusion, it was a signal from God. You were sensing what your spirit already knew, that deception was close, that masks were near. But now, everything is turning. Michael is swinging his sword through the atmosphere of your house, and the fire of heaven is burning away every false covering. Stay till the end, because this word is not just description, it is confirmation. And hear this clearly, God is not exposing to hurt you, He is exposing to free you. The moment the woman's mask drops, the tension in your house will snap. The air will shift, the weight will vanish, and the restlessness you carried will turn into rest. Laughter will echo again where silence once dominated. Peace will sit in your rooms like an honored guest. And you will know, this is the work of God, this is the protection of heaven. Archangel Michael declares, do not fear the truth. Do not tremble at the exposure. For what looks like disruption is actually deliverance. The woman who pretended will fade, but your testimony will rise. The shadows will flee, but your light will remain. And the very house that carried unease will become a beacon of blessing. Stay with me, my child, don't scroll, don't look away. Because after the exposure comes the outpouring. God does not leave empty spaces, He fills them with abundance. Your home is being prepared for new joy, new peace, new miracles. You will see the change not just in the atmosphere, but in your own heart. Nights that once felt heavy will be light. Mornings that once felt uncertain will carry hope. And days ahead will bring testimonies you cannot keep silent. So remain until the very last line. Because this part is not just a message, it is a divine appointment. And heaven says, you were meant to hear this. You were chosen to know this. You are covered, protected, and restored. God says, my beloved child, pause right now and open your heart, because part 10 is the divine climax. This is the moment heaven has been building towards from the very first word you heard. Do not scroll, do not move away, because if you stay till the very last line, you will feel the power of heaven settling in your spirit and in your house. Archangel Michael is here with a voice like fire, and he is saying, remain, listen, believe, for the shift you have been waiting for is now. Michael declares, child, I have circled your home, I have stood at your gates, I have drawn my sword across your walls. Every shadow has been weighed, every hidden step has been seen. The woman who thought she could hide, who thought she could deceive without consequence, is standing in the moment of her exposure. Heaven has written her unveiling into your timeline, and very soon your eyes will see the truth. Beloved, do not fear this. Do not treat it as loss. This is not about destruction, this is about freedom. You have carried the questions, you have carried the weight, you have lived with the whispers of doubt in your own house. But now God says, enough. My child's peace will not be stolen any longer. My child's house will not be disturbed any longer. My angel will strike down every false covering. And Michael responds, I am here, I am standing, I am delivering this house back into peace. Think about this, beloved, you prayed for clarity, and heaven is answering. You asked for peace, and heaven is delivering. You longed for joy, and it is already walking toward you. The exposure of the woman is not the end of your story, it is the turning of the page. From heaviness to rest. From silence to laughter. From shadows to light. And once it happens, you will know with no doubt, God never abandoned me, God never overlooked me, heaven always had my back. Archangel Michael says, child, after this unveiling, your house will no longer carry the same atmosphere. It will breathe differently, it will shine differently, it will sound differently. The joy you thought you lost will echo again. The rest you thought was gone will cover you at night. The blessing that was delayed will finally enter without resistance. Beloved, this is why you must stay to the very end, because your miracle is not outside your reach, it is already inside your walls. Do not scroll, my child. Do not look away. This is heaven's final stamp on this chapter. The house you are in will become your testimony. The truth that is revealed will become your protection. And the peace that follows will become your inheritance. You will tell your story and people will say, surely God spoke to you. Surely heaven touched your house. Surely Archangel Michael was sent for you. So remain till the last line. Because part 10 is not just words, it is fulfillment. It is the closing of deception and the opening of joy. It is the proof that heaven remembers you, heaven fights for you, and heaven will never let you be defeated in your own home. God says, my beloved child, stay right here because part 11 is not just another chapter, it is the overflow, the continuation of heaven's fire pouring directly into your life. Do not scroll, do not move away, because from the very first line to the very last breath of this message, Archangel Michael is standing before you, commanding you to remain. This part is carrying a depth you cannot afford to miss. Michael says, child, the story of your house is not ending with exposure, it is entering restoration. I have seen the trembling, I have heard the sighs, I have felt the questions in your heart. But now I speak with certainty, the deception is undone, the mask is falling, and the atmosphere around you is being renewed by the hand of God. Beloved, you have walked through moments of unease, you have wondered why joy seemed fragile, why peace seemed temporary. But hear me, the shift has already begun. The woman who thought her secrets were safe is unraveling under the light of heaven. Her own actions will expose her, her own words will betray her, and you will stand as a witness that heaven never sleeps. This is why you cannot look away, because every sentence is confirming what your spirit has already felt. And listen carefully, God is not only removing what was false, He is planting what is true. Your house is not just being cleansed, it is being filled. Filled with laughter, filled with abundance, filled with miracles that will make you weep with gratitude. The very rooms that felt heavy will now carry songs of joy. The corners that once held shadows will now shine with light. And the nights that felt long will now bring you rest so deep it feels like heaven itself is covering you. Archangel Michael declares, "Do not fear the unveiling, for after this comes your testimony. Do not mourn what is being removed, for what follows is 10 times greater. The false will fade, but the true will remain. The shadow will break, but the blessing will stay. And your home will no longer be a battleground, it will be holy ground. My beloved child, stay till the end. This is the hour you will remember. When you look back, you will say, this was the turning point. This was the moment heaven touched my home. This was the day God answered me in full." And your story will not just be for you, it will inspire others who have lived in silence, who have battled shadows, to believe that heaven can touch their house too. So remain. Do not scroll, do not break your focus. Part 11 is your sign that heaven's promise is not stopping, it is multiplying. Archangel Michael is not only guarding you, he is declaring victory over you. And God is not only exposing the false, he is flooding you with the true. Stay until the very last word, because your testimony is not in the future, it is being written right now. God says, my beloved child, do not scroll, do not look away, because part 12 has arrived and this is the wave that heaven has been saving for you. From the very first line until the final breath of this message, every word is alive, every sentence is charged, and Archangel Michael is commanding your spirit, stay until the end, because what is being released now will seal your story in glory. Michael says, child, the battle around your house has already shifted. The shadows that once dared to linger have been burned away. The woman who thought she could hide in silence is already exposed, and her own steps will testify against her. What she tried to weave in secret has unraveled before the eyes of heaven, and soon your eyes will see it too. Beloved, this is why the air in your home feels different. This is why your heart has started to sense a lightness you cannot explain. Heaven has already moved. The sword has already fallen. The lie has already been torn apart. And now you are standing in the dawn of a new atmosphere. Do not scroll, do not break your attention, because these are the words that confirm what your spirit has been longing for. And hear me, God does not just remove the false, He fills the empty space with His abundance. Your house is not only free, it is becoming fruitful. Your walls are being marked with peace. Your floors are being claimed by joy. Your doors are being guarded by blessing. The very rooms that carried tension will now overflow with laughter. The silence that carried unease will now carry music of restoration. This is not imagination, this is heaven's decree. Archangel Michael declares, I am not leaving your side. I am stationed at your home. I have spread my wings across your threshold, and nothing unclean will pass through. You are covered. You are chosen. And you will see with your own eyes the testimony of God's protection. My beloved, remain here, don't scroll, because this message is not just information, it is impartation. After exposure comes restoration. After unveiling comes abundance. After heaviness comes joy. And after silence comes testimony. You are not stepping into uncertainty, you are stepping into destiny. The shift you prayed for is not coming later, it is already here. And very soon, you will look back and say, this was the moment heaven touched my house. This was the message that confirmed everything. This was the part where my story turned forever. So stay until the last line. Do not look away. Do not allow distraction. Because part 12 is heaven's final wave of assurance for you. Your house is free, your heart is restored, and your future is safe in the arms of God. God says, my beloved child, stay right here, don't move, don't scroll, because part 13 is not just another step in the story, it is the fire that seals everything heaven has spoken so far. From the very first second to the last breath of this message, you are being wrapped in a divine atmosphere, and Archangel Michael is commanding, remain until the end, because what is being spoken now carries the final stroke of heaven's confirmation. Michael says, child, I have walked with you through every moment of this journey. From the whispers in the shadows to the exposure in the light, I have stood guard over your house with a sword that never sleeps. The woman who thought she could remain hidden has already been exposed, and the ripple of her deception is breaking apart under God's hand. You no longer have to wonder, you no longer have to question. Your house has been claimed by heaven. Beloved, think about how far you have come. In the beginning, your spirit felt heavy, your questions felt unanswered, and your peace seemed fragile. But one by one, each part of this message has pulled the curtain back, showing you that heaven was never absent. And now, part 13 declares, the shadows are gone, the lies are undone, the atmosphere is shifting permanently. Do not scroll away, because this is where your story takes its deepest turn. Listen carefully. God never exposes without restoring, and He never restores without multiplying. The same house where unease once lingered is about to be filled with abundance. Your rooms will not just carry peace, they will carry blessing. Your nights will not just bring rest, they will carry visions and dreams from heaven. Your mornings will not just bring sunlight, they will open doors of opportunity and favor. What once felt like heaviness will now be your testimony of freedom. Archangel Michael declares, even as you hear this, my wings are stretched over your home. My fire has sealed every doorway. Nothing false can re-enter, nothing broken can remain. The Spirit of God is filling your house with light, and you will notice the difference in every detail of your life. Your heart will feel lighter, your days will feel brighter, and your soul will know that God has turned this place into holy ground. Stay till the very end, my child, because this is not just the closing of a chapter, it is the birth of a new season. The testimony rising out of your house will not only confirm God's protection over you, it will inspire others who hear your story to believe in their own miracle. And when you speak of this moment, you will say, yes, I stayed. Yes, I listened. Yes, I saw heaven move in my favor. So remain, do not scroll, do not turn aside. Part 13 is your assurance that what was once hidden will never return, and what is now revealed will open the floodgates of blessing over your life. God says, my beloved child, do not take your eyes away from this, do not scroll, because part 14 has come as the loudest trumpet yet. From the opening word to the very last sentence, this message will hold you, shake you, and fill you with the certainty that heaven has been working behind every wall of your house. Archangel Michael is speaking now with fire and authority, declaring, stay, remain, do not move, because this is the part where heaven seals your victory. Michael says, child, I have walked through the storm with you. I have seen the tears you did not tell anyone about. I have watched the unease that tried to press down on you in your own home. But I also carried the decree of heaven. This house belongs to God, this story belongs to light, and this battle ends in your favor. The woman who thought she could hide her deception is now uncovered fully. Her shadow is finished, her silence is broken, her exposure is complete. Beloved, feel the weight lifting even as you hear this. Can you sense it? That heaviness that once lingered has been replaced by peace. That silence that once carried tension has been replaced by assurance. Heaven has done it. Your house is no longer a place of unrest, it is a dwelling of glory. Do not scroll, stay until the end, because every line is confirming what your spirit already knows. The shift has happened. God says, I do not just clean, I fill. I do not just expose, I restore. I do not just remove shadows, I release blessings. And now those blessings are flowing into your house like a river that cannot be stopped. Your nights will no longer be restless, they will be restful. Your mornings will no longer be uncertain, they will shine with direction. Your rooms will no longer echo with questions, they will echo with laughter and joy. Archangel Michael declares, I have stationed myself at your doors. I have marked your walls with fire. I have claimed your atmosphere for peace and favor. No falsehood will re-enter, no deception will remain, no mask will survive in your presence. The house you live in has become a testimony that God fights for His children. My beloved child, stay until the very last word, because this is not only the end of one story, it is the beginning of a new one. You will look back on these parts, on these words, and you will remember, this was the moment heaven shifted everything for me. This was the hour God showed me His hand. This was the time Archangel Michael spoke so clearly that my spirit could not deny it. Remain here, don't scroll, don't move. Because part 14 is not just a message, it is your inheritance. It is the proof that your house is free, your spirit is lifted, and your destiny is untouched by shadows. From this day forward, your home is holy ground, and your story is a testimony that heaven does not forget its chosen ones. God says, my beloved child, don't move, don't scroll, because part 15 is here, the point where everything heaven has been speaking to you comes together like lightning striking the earth. From the first word to the last, you will feel the fire of this message pull you in so deeply that you cannot look away. Archangel Michael is standing before you even now, his sword lifted high, declaring with power, "Stay, remain, listen, because this is the part where your testimony becomes unshakable." Michael says, "Child, the house that once carried silence and shadows has now been completely turned over to the light of God. The woman who thought she could hide in secrecy has been exposed fully. Her deception has ended, her steps have faltered, her mask has shattered. And now, heaven's decree is final. You are free, your home is restored, your atmosphere is cleansed." Beloved, let this truth sink into your heart. The very place that once felt heavy is now filled with glory. The air in your house is different. The walls are carrying peace. The rooms are echoing with joy. And every corner where tension tried to linger is now drenched in heaven's fire. Do not scroll, because these words are not just poetry. They are confirmation of the breakthrough you have been praying for. God Himself says, "I did not only uncover what was false, I have planted what is true. I did not only drive out the shadow, I have filled your home with my presence. I did not only end deception, I have multiplied blessing. From this moment forward, your nights will carry rest, your mornings will carry clarity, and your days will carry favor. What was delayed is being released. What was blocked is being opened. And what was stolen is being restored in double measure." Archangel Michael declares, "I have sealed your house with the flame of heaven. No false spirit will pass through your doors again. No shadow will cross your windows. No mask will ever survive in your presence. Your home is holy ground, your story is testimony, and your life is marked by divine covering. My beloved child, remain until the very last line. Because part 15 is not just a continuation, it is the culmination. It is the thunderclap of heaven saying, 'It is done. It is sealed. It is finished.' When you look back on this journey, you will know this was the moment your heart shifted forever. This was the point where your home turned into a sanctuary. This was the season where your testimony began. So stay, don't scroll, don't move away. Because part 15 has delivered what you were waiting for: confirmation, restoration, peace, and unshakable joy. From this day forward, your home is no longer just a house. It is proof that God Himself walks with you, fights for you, and surrounds you with His glory. My beloved child, do not scroll, do not move, because part 16 has arrived, and it is the crown of everything heaven has been whispering into your life. From the very first line to the last word, this message will lock your eyes and stir your spirit. Archangel Michael is here, his wings blazing, his voice roaring like thunder, and he is commanding, "Stay till the end, because what is being released now will settle into your house and into your destiny forever." Michael says, "Child, I have guarded your home through the nights when shadows tried to linger. I have stood watch when silence felt heavy. I have drawn my sword when deception thought it could live unnoticed. And now I declare with certainty, the woman who thought she could hide is exposed. Her truth has unraveled, her mask has fallen, and heaven's light has crushed the last of her shadows. Beloved, you must feel this. Your house is not the same anymore. Where tension once pressed in, peace now flows like a river. Where laughter had been stolen, joy is returning in waves. Where your spirit once felt restless, rest has entered like a shield. And this is not temporary, it is permanent. Heaven is stamping your house with fire, declaring, "This ground is holy. This place is covered. This atmosphere belongs to God." Do not scroll, because this is the very confirmation your heart has been crying out for. God says, "I do not only silence the false, I establish the true. I do not only remove darkness, I flood with light. I do not only expose lies, I release blessings that no one can take away." Your house is now positioned for miracles. Your mornings will open with clarity, your days will carry favor, and your nights will bring rest so deep you will feel the presence of angels surrounding you. Every corner, every wall, every doorway has been marked with heaven's seal. Archangel Michael declares, "I am still here. I have not left. My wings remain spread across your threshold. My sword remains burning for your protection. Nothing false will re-enter, no shadow will survive, no deception will dare approach. Your home is not a battleground anymore, it is a sanctuary. It is the stage where God will display His goodness in your life. My beloved child, stay till the very last line. Part 16 is not just another step. It is the roar of heaven that closes the book on deception and opens the chapter of unshakable blessing. From this day forward, your story carries proof. When you speak, you will say, "This was the time heaven touched my house. This was the day my peace returned. This was the season my testimony began." So remain, don't scroll, don't turn aside. Because part 16 has delivered your inheritance, peace restored, joy overflowing, blessings unlocked, and a house that will forever shine with the glory of God. God says, "My beloved child, stay right here and don't let your eyes move away, because part 17 has arrived and it is carrying the final waves of heaven's thunder into your life." Do not scroll, do not skip, because from the opening line to the last breath, this message will hold you in its grip. Archangel Michael is speaking again with authority, and his command is clear: remain till the end, for this is the hour heaven seals your story in glory. Michael says, "Child, I have walked with you through every moment of this journey. I stood when the shadows tried to invade. I guarded when deception thought it could linger. I drew my sword when lies tried to take root. And now, hear me clearly, the exposure is complete. The woman who wore a mask has been revealed. Her steps are silenced, her shadows are broken, and her influence is no more. What heaven declared has now been fulfilled. Beloved, pause and feel it, the house you live in has shifted forever. The weight that once sat heavy on your heart is gone. The silence that once pressed into your nights is lifted. The unease that once haunted your days has been replaced with clarity. This is not the same atmosphere you once knew. This is a new chapter, a fresh breath of heaven filling every corner of your home. Don't scroll, because you are standing right now inside the very answer you prayed for. God says, "I never leave my children in the dark. I reveal what is hidden, I restore what is broken, I replace what is stolen." The house you are in has been written in my book as a place of light, a place of blessing, a place of miracles. From this moment